Hello people, Panda back again for another week with the vlog, and this week I'm back on my more intense training. Just done my first one of the week, felt good, felt strong, didn't really use my watch at all, which I've noticed is a mistake, because if I'm not closely monitoring my heart rate and my pace, I go at my natural cadence is to go a bit quicker than I actually can go. So I finished strong, but I have noticed I'm a little bit more out of breath than I should be. I'm probably a little bit tighter than I should be, but still an effective one. No soreness other than the natural fatigue that builds from running. So I still feel good, still feel strong, and hopefully another good week. And the weather held off. Again, beautiful, because it hailed down something insane 10 minutes before I left. So yes, day one of the week done in the record books and feel strong. 6.1k done. So let's move on to threshold tomorrow. Yay! So, started this series as a way of keeping myself on track, and obviously it's transitioned into my Great North Run training plan series. But I'm getting to that point now where I'm kind of getting lost for things to talk about. So the videos might be getting a bit shorter over the next couple of weeks because yeah, I keep thinking I'm doing the same thing over and over again, because I am. But some people are still watching it, some people are still enjoying it, some people are still giving me pointers and stuff on it. So I want to keep going, mostly for my own benefit. So like I say, I can go back over and be like, oh yeah, this time 6 months ago I was doing this, and I can do that because I've finally hit the 6 month mark on my app. So apps. So I've recently started using Strava, which is, in my opinion, an all-round fitness app, kind of like social media for fitness. You follow people, comment on their activities, give them kudos, give them encouragement, all sorts of stuff like that. And it's really good. The metrics they follow, like, tracks everything, displays it. One issue, I've just got to the point where my free subscription has expired, and I didn't realise just how much of it you're locked out from when you're not paying for it. Now, I haven't looked into it, and I'm sure it's not very expensive, but looking behind features like being able to see your previous best efforts without going back over each individual run and searching it yourself, I'm not a fan. But that's where the other app that I use, the Nike Run Club app, as far as I'm aware, none of the features I've ever tried to use have ever had a paywall blocking them. So I can look in, go in, see my mileage that week, see my efforts, see all the accomplishments I've got, everything. And I've used that since I started running in 2017, which is a long time ago. I have 9 anniversary runs on that app, and I've only just hit 1,000 kilometers total logged on the Nike Run app. 1,000 kilometers in 9 years, probably not the best, but that just goes to show how much my relationship with running has been on and off. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I have a healthy relationship with running, because for the first time ever I've hit a 6 month mark of continuous activity on the Nike Run app. So good time, I'm getting there. But I do have both apps for a reason. The Nike Run Club app, like I say, if I want to look back and check anything out, I can do it with no restrictions. The Strava app I do like because it shows a lot more data points that I can look at and then analyse my run that way with things like run power cadence, stuff like that. Stuff that for me is not really important, just building fitness is at the minute. I'll worry about all that shit later. Oh, and I also have the Garmin app, but I literally just use that to input my training plan on my Garmin watch, go out and do it. Everything else that I use is either the analytics on Strava or my personal bests, my mileage and all that stuff on the Nike Run Club. And I'm talking about apps because this guy right here is a local legend. Not a feature I was aware of, but on Strava, if you do the most of a certain segment in a rolling 19-day range, you become a local legend. That's what this guy is. Honestly, I saw it when I was doing my post-run analysis one day, whenever it was last week, and I was like, hey, what's this? Yep, turns out I'm a legend. Something I always knew anyway. But nah, it's good. As much as it is not a popular segment for one, it's still a confidence booster when I'm like, I've done that more than anyone else in the last 90 days. Just shows consistency pays off, even if it is the stupid little dopamine hit for an app, because it's taking the motivation I didn't have last week, I was struggling with, and it's boosted it. So this week I had no issue getting up for runs, whereas last week I was kind of like, oh, do I want to? Kind of just my back hurting, blah blah blah. No, admittedly I got out and did it, and that's what got me the local legend. But still, you know what I mean. It's little things like that that keep your motivation going over the long term. At least that's what I think anyway. I'd also just like to point out that a local legend doesn't mean you're the best at something or the quickest, it just means you're the most consistent. So if I really wanted to, I could walk a route 6 times a day for 3 months and get a local legend. I'm not going to do that though, don't have the time. But you get what I mean. It just goes to show that my consistency, even if it is in stupid little dopamine hits from an app, it's working. Along with the weight loss and the health, physical fitness gain. And I feel good when I wake up in the morning now instead of feeling old. My health age on one of the apps is now younger than my actual age, which is great. That was a massive boost. That also happened last week. So yeah, it's all looking up for once. And another feature that I do like about the Strava app is if I do a park run, when I do a park run, it'll tell me everyone else who has the Strava app who recorded that run. So I can go on and be like, we did a run together. And I'll probably follow them, because that's what I'm doing at the minute. Just trying to build my running social circle. Because like I said, I don't have any friends that are runners. And I think one of the reasons I've never stuck to it for more than 6 months ever is because I've always gone solo. And one of the reasons I'm succeeding this time around is because as much as I don't go out with friends, I am doing park runs, which is like a big group of people doing a run. It's a good social event, makes you feel good, you get exercise in. It's nothing but positives. So yeah, I started talking about apps and now I'm talking about motivation again. Oh well, less than 2k now. get this run done, and then I'll talk to you properly at the end. That's my threshold session. My 800 by 200, 7k, obviously like a 1.5 kilometer warm-up run, 10 minutes or so. It was a nice little run, and honestly, I slowed down my threshold pace a little bit, because my easy pace, as much as it is slowly getting quicker, my threshold pace, I think I was going too fast. So I slowed down a bit. I think for the first couple I was maybe a little bit too slow, but then I built it to the point where from set 3 onwards, I was feeling what I thought was just the right amount of fatigue for each set. And obviously by the end of it, I wanted to be in bed, asleep, or cutting my legs off because they were like. But yeah, it was a good session, very sweaty. It was quite warm that evening actually. I was like, oh, go out in the evening, it'll be cooler. Nope. I remember running back along there, because I did it here, just along that side there, and feeling, my god, my back's boiling. The sun's so hot. And of course, because I didn't think it was hot, I didn't sun cream, so back of my legs a little bit tender. I'd also like to point out that there is no footage from yesterday's threshold session, where I did 800 by 200 meters, 800 threshold, 200 recovery, for 7 kilometers this time, because some dimwit forgot to charge his camera. So I got out and yeah, had 4% on my battery. So yeah, obviously couldn't record that, but it went well. My leg's tight today, which is why I had my slower recovery one today. Hello again. Today is long run day. It is the end of the week. I am currently 2 kilometers in, and this is going to be a hard one, because my head's killing me. So let's say that's not so bad anymore. I woke up with a banging headache this morning, and took painkillers, plenty of fluids, and napped. Did everything I could think of to get rid of the headache, and now it's still there. It's like just a dull, like, thud. But honestly, I've not been motivated for this one all day. It's now like 2:30 and I've started, and motivation's still not there, but I'm doing it, getting through it. Physically, other than the headache, I feel fine, I feel good. It's one of those psychological battles I need to win again, and I understand that now. I'm just gonna slow it down, get it done. Let's carry on. All right, 5k into this. I've got another 1.5 kilometers, 2 kilometers maybe, until I get to a distance where I no longer feel confident. And yes, I have done long ones before. I've done 14 kilometers before, but I've noticed that my first one of the week, that's gradually building up distance, is very quickly becoming the distance that I can do confidently and easily. And then my threshold distance, the 800 by 200 meters, not the 4x4, I hate that one, that is becoming a distance that, so I did 7 kilometers this week. That is a distance that I know I can do at an uncomfortable pace, more or less. So I'm happy and I'm content up to 7. And I just know from previous long run experience that 7, 8, 9 are going to be like, this sucks a bit. And then I get into the last 2, because this is only a 12 kilometer run, or last 3, because it's 12.8, so it's basically 3. And I'll be like, I'm near the end now, I'm good, let's go. That's how I think about it psychologically anyway. Also, my headache, totally gone. Pardon me. Yeah, no idea what happened. Just about kilometer 4, I was in my own little world, as I always am when I'm running, and then I went, oh, nothing hurts. So yeah, no more headache. So I just feel good, I feel confident, I feel strong. Let's keep going. 7k down, and I still feel good, still feel really strong. Just going up this little incline, and I've turned around now, so that way I've got about a kilometre and a half maybe to walk or cool down back to the car, which is something I didn't do last time around Wynyard. I stopped basically in front of my car, and then I wandered around for like 20 minutes. So yes, I've got a cool down in plan today. I'm thinking things through for once. Anyway, probably catch you at 10k, see how I'm struggling then. Right, 10k down, and I'm still feeling good, still feeling strong. I'm feeling some fatigue in my legs now, but that's to be expected. 10k is just under halfway the total distance I'm going for on race day. So I'm feeling good, feeling confident, and hopefully we just build on this and build on this, and come race day, absolutely smash it. 2 and a bit left. Let's knock this out nice and strong, finish a good week. So that's my long run done. Whew. Do you know what? I only like the last 400, 500 meters of that felt genuinely tough. The rest of it felt great. So it's been a good week, and I shall recap it when I've recovered a little bit. I'm a little bit sore, a little bit fatigued. Get some sugar in me, and I'll be back in a second. So let's recap, shall we? First 7k was more or less straight uphill. There was a couple of little divots down, but basically straight up. And the last 5 and a bit k, almost 6k, back down again. Felt good, felt strong. I didn't start too quick. I think I actually started at a perfect pace for what I want to be running. It sets me beautifully for my easy running, sets me beautifully for reaching my target on race day. So yeah, today's been a successful one. Let's look back at the rest of the week now, shall we? So Tuesday evening I did 6.1k, nice easy start of the week. And then Thursday I ran almost 9 kilometers, but I did that as 7 sets of 800 by 200, which is my threshold training, which obviously I didn't record because I won't charge my camera. So what do I remember from that? I remember the first 2 or 3, maybe the first 4 actually were okay. 5 and 6 were, yeah, and then 7 I remember genuinely just basically watching my watch for like the last, I was running like this, looking at my watch, just trying to count it down. Honestly, it was awful. And then 5k on Thursday, nice easy recovery run. I did that exceptionally slow. I think I had an average pace of like 7:50, although my average pace for today's run, which is my long run, was 8 minutes and 3, so per kilometre. And then Saturday I did a park run in probably the most beautiful location I've run a park run so far. That was amazing. That video will be coming out at some point this week, I hope, because I do have another one before that, but there's circumstances behind it, and hopefully it all gets explained. But basically I might have 3 videos this week. And then today, obviously, my 12.8k long run. It's been a good week. It's been the exact kind of bounce back week I expected from my deload week, so it's been great. And again, shout out to everyone who has already donated to me, and everyone who will donate to my charity pledge for the SSAFA, the Armed Force Charity. Link in description down below as always. Thank you very much, guys. You're helping me get to my target. Slowly, but we're getting there. That's all that matters. So that's the end of my week. It's been a productive week, and I feel strong. I feel like I say that every week, but this time I do genuinely feel like my training has worked really well. Like, I've not overdone it and pushed myself too hard. but it's done what I needed it to do. So, good times. Yes, I shall see you next week, hopefully. If you're enjoying what I'm doing, like, share, subscribe, get the word around, and peace.